Hi and welcome to yet another episode. Let me zoom on in here. What we have here is 3 tennis balls and a few bits of plastic. You might have noticed from my streams earlier in the week, not that I expected anyone to sit and watch all of them all the way through, is that I do have a 3D printer now, which is an Anycubic Kossel Linear Plus. Quite a mouthful, but it seems to be quite a decent printer. I did have a bit of a problem with it, of making sure I got a decent firmware for it. Other people have had better experiences, but I contacted Anycubic and they were good and gave me a couple of updates on the firmware, and it was the second one that they gave me that actually got it to the point that it's pretty much print and play. It's great for a complete noob like me to the 3D printing world. Now, what I want to point out to you with these is that I got these from Thingiverse, and they were created by a guy calling himself Teak June or Teak Yoon. I'll give all credit to that guy. I'll put the link in the description. For me personally, on the printer, printing at 2 and printing in fine. In fact, it might even been printing at 1. But anyway, the point is that it took just over 4 hours to print one of these, and it took just over 8 hours to print one of these. Now, just to show that they do fit nicely together, I've done nothing to them. All I did was load them up into the software that's provided and printed them off. Sorry for any strange wonderful screwing noises that these make, and there we have it, a tennis ball nicely screwed inside. From what I understand is that the guy had got fed up with another design of where every time you move the machine, move the printer, the tennis balls would fall out, so keeping them screwed in like this helps. As you can notice from the little plastic bags that I have here, on eBay I bought size M4 T-nut, and I bought M4 8mm, M4 10mm and M4 12mm. I'm not too sure which one's going to fit best at the moment. Obviously M4 is the correct size because that's what's been designed for this, and pretty much all the other screws that are used on the printer when you're building it are M4 ones. It's the hexagon top, so here in the UK we know it as an Allen key. You need to tighten them up. Well, the printer comes with the correct size Allen key. So let's move across to the printer itself and see how this goes on. I'm not going to show you me screwing all 3 of them on. I'll just jump cut to the last one. So see you there.
Several days later.
What I've discovered is, after installing it all on the printer, I realised that there's no real need for you to be watching me screwing it in and everything like that. So I've applied all 3 feet, or legs, whatever you want to call them, and it is amazing the sound difference it has for the setup in my house at least. When I had it without the feet, it would basically rattle the house. I could hear it well, from the top floor all the way down to the ground floor, and it would sound like someone had installed a washing machine all the way upstairs. Now there's a very, very faint rumble from within the bedroom, because the printer's actually just above, because I have a bedroom conversion, a loft conversion thing just above my main bedroom. In the main bedroom I can barely hear it. I could easily go to sleep with it printing through the night, say, but now it is definitely a lot better than before, because when I had it printing before I could hear it rumbling in the front room, which isn't good, and I've got neighbours and things, so I wanted to try to minimise all that. So I've only been printing throughout the day, and even then stopping by say 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So yes, I'm very, very happy with this. As I say, I'll put links in the description. All credit goes to the guy that made them. What I highly recommend though when you're using them is, I've discovered that the M4 size 10mm screws were the best ones to use. Size 12 was a little bit too long, and size 8, though it could work, I think it wasn't actually getting quite enough grip on the screw. That's in my experience. You may find the difference, but the size 10 ones definitely worked the best. It was a H3 screw head that I had. You know, it looks a bit like an Allen key, but I prefer using a screwdriver that has that sort of shape to it. So H3. There you go. As always, live long and happy gaming.